This is the California Air Tools 8010 1.0 horsepower, ultra-quiet and oil-free air compressor. Just looking at it, I can say it doesn't have the bulky, old-school air compressor vibe. Instead, it feels practical, clean, pretty compact for an 8-gallon tank, and shiny, thanks to its silver finish. The wheels and the sturdy handle make it look easy to move around, and the whole thing comes off as thoughtfully designed, not just thrown together. From my experience, smaller compressors often feel fragile or awkward to roll around, but I can easily picture myself sliding this one across my garage floor or workshop without any hassle. Let me talk a bit about how it feels to own and use this thing. When I bought it, I had a bit of hesitation at first, because my last compressor was a little pancake-style unit from Harbor Freight. That one worked for a while, but it was super loud, and honestly, I got tired of yelling over it or worrying that it'd bother the neighbors or folks inside my house. So when I read that this 8010 model runs ultra quiet, the sticker on it promises just 60 decibels, which is pretty much the same as a normal conversation. I got curious. Could it really be that quiet, and would it still get the job done for the kinds of things I use compressors for? Filling tires, running a nail gun, blowing dust out of tight corners, and maybe some light painting or small air tools? From my experience, the actual setup was a breeze. I just attached the wheels, installed the air filter, and that was pretty much it. The overall unit weighs about 48 pounds, which isn't feather light, but with the wheels and handle, I could lift and move it with no struggle at all. Definitely lighter than some of the old compressors I've used before, and much less awkward than a big stationary tank. If you're new to compressors or just don't want to wrestle with heavy gear, I'd recommend this for you. One thing I noticed right away: the materials feel solid. The tank is steel, but doesn't feel overly heavy. The copper tubing is a nice step up from the plastic lines I've seen on cheaper models. I had a bad experience with plastic cracking and needing replacements, so that's a relief. The steel-braided lines also add to the overall sturdy feeling. The overall shape doesn't take up a massive footprint, which makes it pretty easy to tuck out of the way when you're not using it. Now for the key features that stood out to me through daily use. The oil-free pump is a big selling point. A compressor with an oil-free pump means you don't have to worry about checking or changing oil, and that keeps maintenance down to almost nothing, which I love. From my experience, it's always nice to have cleaner air output, especially if you're running tools that can get gummed up with oil over time. Plus, oil-free usually means you're safe to use the compressor in cold weather or move it onto uneven ground, which fits the kind of projects I get into. In the garage one weekend, outside the next. Talking about noise, it's seriously quiet. I'm not kidding. I turned it on and had a normal conversation while standing right next to it. If you're like me and you've been annoyed by loud compressors kicking on and drowning out your music or podcasts while you work, this is honestly a breath of fresh air. Even with my garage door closed, I didn't notice it rumbling through the house or bothering anyone else. I tried it in the evening, and nobody in my family even commented. Performance-wise, it hits 120 psi maximum, and the motor cranks out 1 horsepower at only 1680 RPM. RPM stands for revolutions per minute, basically how fast the motor spins. Lower RPM is a good thing because it means less noise and less wear over time. Airflow is rated at 3.10 CFM at 40 psi and 2.20 CFM at 90 psi. CFM, or cubic feet per minute, tells you how much air you'll get to your tool. For most home tasks, nail guns, filling up your car tires, dusting off workbenches, or using basic airbrushes, this is more than enough. I tried it with a framing nailer and my old blowgun, and it kept up fine. I wouldn't use it to run a heavy-duty sandblaster or big industrial impact wrenches though. It's not made for those. Tank refill time is super quick in my opinion. From empty, it filled up to max pressure in under 3 minutes. And recovery time from 90 psi to 120 psi is just about a minute. That means you're not sitting around waiting forever between tasks. The quick connect fitting is built in and feels solid, so no worries about leaks or weird fitments. I really liked the 1/4 turn valve for draining the tank. So much easier than the twist types on other models. Draining moisture out of your tank keeps it from rusting, so that ease really matters. For anyone new to compressors, always remember to drain the tank for safety and long life. One thing I do want to mention, when I unboxed mine, one of the air pressure gauges was missing the little plastic lens cover, and the sticker was a bit scratched. Looked like it got bumped around during shipping. It didn't hurt the function at all, and parts like that are cheap to replace. Still, it's a bit annoying to get something new and see cosmetic dings. I decided just to put on a new gauge myself instead of sending it all the way back. Another point to keep in mind, while this compressor is great for moderate home and light professional projects, it's not really made for larger demanding tools that need a steady high CFM for a long time, like auto shop air chisels or paint sprayers for a whole car. This is something I knew going in, but just be realistic about what you're asking for. It's perfect for the types of jobs I do, but I wouldn't try to power up a big shop on it. In terms of things I liked most, number one is just how quiet it runs. I can't overstate this. The low maintenance, thanks to the oil-free pump, is a huge plus, and the portability, it's easy to take wherever I need it, garage or backyard. The overall build quality is way better than most budget models I've owned or seen. Also, the clear, easy-to-read gauges and simple controls help a lot if you're not experienced with compressors. For negatives, I think the minor cosmetic shipping damage was a letdown, but it didn't affect use. The tank could be a little larger if you need to run tools for longer stretches, but for what I do, it's just fine. Maybe the process of attaching the wheels could have clearer instructions, but that wasn't a huge hurdle for me. In conclusion, the California Air Tools 8010 HP Ultra Quiet and Oil-Free Air Compressor is, from my experience, just about perfect for somebody who wants a reliable, quiet, and low-upkeep air compressor for home or small shop projects. If you care about peace and quiet while you work, keeping things low maintenance, and having something that's easy to move around, I'd recommend this for you. Just keep in mind what it can and can't do for your bigger tool needs. I'm honestly happy with my choice and use it way more often now because it doesn't feel like a chore to drag out or listen to. I'll definitely be keeping it around as my go-to compressor. I will share detailed information about the California Air Tools 8010 HP Ultra Quiet and Oil-Free Air Compressor in the comments section, everyone. Thank you for watching.